Hi everyone, Alex here. This is layout update number 5, and I've made up a lot of progress since the last one. I think everyone will enjoy it. Well, most of you, I believe. Some people might be a little bit skeptical of some of the things I've done, but I believe that's okay, and it's a learning experience. So, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Before we actually take a look at everything, I'd just like to apologize for the way this is going to be recorded. I'm not quite sure how it's going to work since, one, I don't have the phone mount for my tripod. I just have it set up here with a 1, 2, 3 block, which is what my phone is leaning on. And also we're going to be walking around and I have no sort of stabilization gimbal, which is something I'd like to look into in the future, which will be nicer for when we're actually operating on the layout and we'll be walking around to prevent the shakiness of the ups and downs in the layout. So, with that being said, I guess we can start over here. This is going to be the grain and I guess more farm town, small town area. That's what this isthmus is going to be. So we have the small switching operation for grain here. I personally am a big fan of grain, so that's something I really enjoy and I'm glad that I could add to the layout. We have this switch here for a runaround, so depending on which way you go out of either yard, you might have to get on the other end of the train to shove the grain cars in, so that's why we added that there. And over here we have the bridge, which now is getting a little bit of work done. Nothing too heavy yet, so we just have a few details. I added a little bit of ballast because I did a photography project here. I didn't really want the trackage to look completely unfinished, so I tried to make it look a tad bit nicer for that. Obviously, we're doing the plaster along the backside as well. That's being worked on. I'm gonna have to sand down the part that connects to the abutment, and that's about it for this area, other than there will also be a house here, and I've been working on some details. I guess trying to figure out what I want to do with this area, paint and wash wise. The other end of the switch comes out over here, which is right by this uphill grade. So yeah, that's about this area. And I think this main table nothing has really changed since the last video. This area, yeah, not that I can think of. This area has been at a standstill lately as well. I have tech week right now, so I haven't been able to work on the layout as much at all as I had the past few days. So we do not have any of the other tracks set up for the switching or the transfer table and the engine shed, along with the second shed that's going to go off in that taped off box right there. But if we start walking over here, obviously this is going to be a bigger part of what I'd been spending my time on while I did have the free time. We now have plywood and foam on what used to be this, I guess, shell of a table that was standing here. We also have a, I think, 30-inch radius right here that connects to the main table over there. That's what connects the grain operations back to the main line from the main line. And there will also be a Y here, so we can run into some sort of either station or storage or something like that. In this area, of course, I'm going to have to take all this up. This was from a old switching layout that I had that didn't go very well. So we'll be using that. And the third part of the Y will be right here. And we already have the switch for it there and here. And then one of the nice things about this is we have this bridge system, which is fully powered. And it just swings out like this. And voila. Lines up very nicely and it locks at the bottom, so we don't have to worry about any connections there. Still in the works though. And then when we come over here, this one's the more of a work in progress one, but we have the same design. We need a better mounting system for this. And then when you want to get through here, you just unclip that, unlatch it, and set it on over the shelf, which will be finished nicely, and then we get connected back to the main line. So that's pretty much all that had been worked on since the last layout update. This switch was put in as well over the bridge, so now we have a way to have a whole interconnected system you can run where you want, which is really nice. I'm not sure what we're focusing on. There we go. And earlier I was running I don't know what relevance this has, but I was running this 70 Mac and 60M duo with the coal cars just to test out how everything works. And to my surprise, we got a full run through on all 3 loops without any derailments or shortages, which was I guess a big step for me in working on the layout, which I'm really proud of. So I think that'll be pretty much it for this video. I hope everyone enjoyed taking a look at what's been worked on, and I guess I really haven't mentioned what's coming soon because I quite frankly don't really know. It'll just be small things around the engine shed, and then actually figuring what I want to do building and industry wise. I know something is going to go over there, quite possibly over there as well, and this is to be determined either oil or who knows, something else. So with that being said, I hope everyone has a good, I believe today is Wednesday, yeah, a good rest of their Wednesday, depending on when this goes out. Whatever day it is, I hope you're always having a great day. And I will see you in the next video.